guys. Just get everybody on here. Let everybody have a chance to get on, I mean. And I'm playing with the camera because I don't know. I'm in my room again. They're still tearing apart my house out there. God, that looks terrible. Anyway. Hello, everybody. Okay, so now that I think I'm done fidgeting, hi, how's everybody doing? Couple of things before I start taking calls here. And man, can I pick up the energy of the people calling in already. See, my brain just went, I can't even think about what I'm trying to say because there's so much already coming through. Guys, take a breath. Take a deep breath. You're killing me here. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm not going to give too much of a speech or anything today. I think I'm just going to get straight to the calls because I don't think I could give a speech if I wanted to. But I just want to say thank you guys all for your support and thank you for being here with me today, and every day. And you guys just inspire me so much. Doing this inspires me so much and is changing my life in so many ways. So thank you all. But anyway, that being said, if you would like a free reading, then just give me a call. And I think I know I posted the number at the top of the page, or at the bottom, wherever it is on your screen. And I will start taking calls. I mean, see? Awesome. Here we go. Hello?
Hello, Tracy.
Hi.
Hi, you taking calls?
Yes, I am.
Hi.
What's your first name, hon?
It's Trisha.
Trisha. Okay, so you're the first person to call in today, Trisha.
Okay.
So that means I'm going to ask you to do a little grounding exercise just to help me get focused on your energy and whatnot.
Okay.
So if I could get you to please sit somewhere where your feet are flat on the ground. And then I would like you to take a deep breath, and I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe and slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blowing it straight at me through the phone, and then I'll just take 1 minute to focus. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, hello?
Hello?
Hi, Trish. Okay. So there's a couple of things coming through here. It feels like there's two sides of the family. They've made that quite clear. Can I ask you a question? Am I on in the background or something? There's some noise that just keeps coming back in there.
Just a second.
Okay.
Is that better?
That's so much better. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a couple things. One, as they step forward, they let me know that there's definitely two sides of the family. So I don't know if this is like your mom's side and your dad's side, or if this would be like your side and your husband's side or whatnot, but there's definitely two families that come forward.
Okay.
The first person that steps forward is a gentleman, but he doesn't step forward alone. He steps forward with the person that's underneath him. So what I mean by underneath him is that this, I believe, would be a child to him or a grandchild to him. But he steps forward. When I say underneath, that's like children, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, etc., etc. To the side would be like brothers, sisters, friends, cousins. Above you is parents, grandparents, etc. So this gentleman, he hasn't validated how he passed yet. He steps forward, but the first thing he does is he brings the child with him.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean that this person is a child still. That just means that is a child to that person, if that makes sense.
It does. It's actually, would be my nephew. My sister had twins and lost one when she was 5 months pregnant.
I see. And okay, so I'm going to ask the gentleman to validate how he passed away here. Hold on. Slow down, slow down. You know what he does is he makes it hard for me to breathe and then my head hurts. I don't know how to explain that. Hold on. Snaps his fingers, so his passing was sudden or unexpected, but he makes it very clear that it's not that we didn't know that he was sick or anything. It's just that when he passed, we weren't expecting at that exact moment. But then he also shows me the sign for a long time. Like, I feel like he's been there for quite some time.
Yep.
Who would this be to you?
My dad, it'll be 30 years next month, and he was going in for triple bypass, and he died the day before.
I see. Okay. That's exactly how he's bringing this through. So this is your dad's way of letting you know that when the soul of your nephew, you said it was?
Yeah.
That when he went to the other side, that your dad immediately was there to greet him.
Okay.
You said they were twins, correct?
That's right.
Because
one twin survived and one passed away.
Because he's showing me that they looked identical. Like, I don't know if they were identical. The way he's describing it is almost like, you know what, they weren't identical twins, but they look identical. And usually the reason why Spirit would bring something like that up is probably because you or your sister or whoever has been questioning, like, what would he look like today? You know what I mean? Like, what if he had survived? What would he look like? Because it feels like your dad is trying to answer that question. They look so similar. Hold on. Slow down, slow down. He keeps showing me 5. Now, I know you said that he passed when she was 5 months, but is the living child about 5 years old?
No.
Okay, so maybe that's what the 5 is about. Hold on. Okay, slow down, slow down. So interesting. Your dad steps forward and he shows me putting the white blanket around the family. So not just you, but the family. So the white blanket to me represents somebody who's having health or stress issues. And when Spirit wraps the white blanket around you, it's their way of letting you know that they're watching over you on the other side. Hold on a second. He keeps talking about some healing that's taken place in the family and how he's showing me my symbol for pride and how proud he is. I feel like there's a reunification of some sort that he keeps talking about. Do you know what he's talking about?
I know my sister's sick and we're waiting on results from her doctor.
Okay, hold on. There's more to it than that. Give me a second. Slow it down, Dad. Slow it down. It's more to it than that. It's like, okay, yes, that would make sense for the actual white blanket part of it, but what it's not making sense for me is this feeling of like reunification, this feeling of like everybody's together, and I'm so proud and so grateful for that. That's a huge message that's coming through as well. Did you guys live apart for a while and now you're like living closer, or how do I relate that?
I just moved back home. I was away from our hometown.
I see.
But I've only been back for about a month.
Okay. See, this is why I say sometimes Spirit go really fast, so they'll put 2 messages in one, like kind of like what he did. He showed me wrapping the whole family, watching over you, and then showing me how proud he was and how thankful that you guys are all back together and this reunification feeling. And they talk so fast that this is why I say I need your help, man, to understand what they're saying to me here. So this is just his way of validating for you that he knows about those changes. Hold on. He's talking, okay, the way he's talking, it's almost like this was not easy for you, even though it was the easiest thing to do in the world, if that makes any sense. It's almost like life had come to that point where this was something I absolutely needed to do, but it was still hard for me to do it in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
He keeps showing me the pride symbol. He's so proud of you. I feel like for putting your family and other people first.
I moved back home to be closer to my mom.
There you go. Man, as soon as you say mom, I feel like your dad turns into a little child again, like giddy. Like,
Yeah.
he loves her. My goodness, the love that comes from him to her is like so much. Like, you know how you see in TV shows the boy that as soon as the girl's around, they're like, and they can't even speak straight. That's the kind of energy he's making me feel, like that she's such an amazing lady. Okay, slow down, slow down. Did your mom remarry, hun?
No, but she has a partner now.
Okay, because he's showing me the ring and he's showing me my symbol for acceptance, which means that he wants her to know that he's happy that she's happy. Slow it down. Somebody was named after him or is just like him, because he's showing me the symbol where they point from himself to somebody else, which either means somebody is named after him or somebody is just like him.
My son.
And then he says birthdays, and he shows me like the right together symbol. So is his birthday right by your dad's birthday, or what does that mean?
No. That little boy that's with him, my nephew,
Mm-hmm.
his brother is the day after his birthday.
There we go. Okay. Again, validating information that means something to you so that you know this is absolutely him who's coming through. Okay, so hold on. Remember I said there was somebody else on the other side of the family as well. I'm not sure who she is yet, but let's figure this out, okay? Hold on.
Okay.
She takes me to the head, and then I feel so much relief to be free of whatever this was in the head. So when they take me to the head, that can mean a lot of things. It can either mean stroke or Alzheimer's, dementia, a communication issue, something like that. Hold on a second. She's talking while I'm talking. In this sense, it's interesting because this lady comes forward. I'm not even sure who she is or what family she belongs to, but I know that she's not on your dad's side of the family. She comes through, she shows me the rose-colored glasses, so I feel that is my symbol for when spirit sees things differently on the other side than they did when they were here in the physical world. She takes me right to the head, and then she makes me feel this sense of relief, like she's not burdened by that anymore. So I don't know if she was actually in a lot of pain or had dementia of the brain, or if she's talking about really bad thought patterns that hurt people and kept her feeling trapped, that she's not feeling burdened with on the other side. She's showing me my symbol. Sorry, my phone's going. She's showing me my symbol for mobility as well. So she has free and clear mobility on the other side. Hold on a sec. Yeah, she's like moving all around. She's like, look, I can do this. I can touch my toes. Like, this woman had limited mobility before she passed away.
Okay.
Does this make sense for somebody that you know?
No.
I'm trying to narrow her down because honestly, she doesn't feel like family, if that makes sense. Like somebody that you know, like that bond. Hold on. Are you married, hun?
No,
There's no man there that's in your life
no,
anymore or used to be? Because I feel like this is like some kind of in-law coming forward, to be honest with you.
no. I've been divorced now for 20-some years and been alone.
Okay. And you know what? I know this sounds really crazy, but I feel like this is from your ex-husband's family.
I know that my ex-mother-in-law, I know that I took my kids up to a nursing home so they could see her.
Interesting. And she had very limited mobility?
Yes.
And do you know how she would have related to the head? The communication or the pain?
She had no idea who my kids were.
There we go.
She had no idea.
That's why, okay, see? I'm telling you. That's why she's stepping forward, letting me know that she's so free, or she's so relieved to be free of that disorganization of thought. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's thanking you. That's why she's stepping forward. She wants to thank you. She's like, wasn't going to miss this opportunity to thank you for that, because even though physically you may not, or she may not have been able to tell you that she knew who your children were, when she got to the other side, she was extremely grateful, not just that she had gotten to meet them, but they had gotten to meet her.
Okay.
She's like, just thank you for doing this. Like, I feel like you went above and beyond. You didn't have to do that, is how she puts that.
Okay.
So she's been watching over your children for a long time. She's one of the ones that is around them a lot.
Well,
She's very impressed with your housekeeping, I have to say. She keeps showing me the cleaning, and she's like giving thumbs up. She's like, hold on. Slow that down. The way she's doing, though, is almost like if you're being too hard on yourself, and that to just relax, it's all good. Like, I don't know how to explain that. It's almost like either you have OCD and you're constantly worried about, is my house clean enough? Or you've been slacking a little bit lately and beating yourself up for it. And she's like, come on, chill out. You're doing great.
I don't like a dirty house.
There we go. It's the OCD one. I get ya. Because she's just like thumbs up and she's like, oh my God, look at this. It's so awesome. She's thanking you for instilling those values in the children. It means something to her. So she's stepping back. She's allowing your dad to have one more word, and then he's going to pull his energy back here. Hold on a second. So what your dad says is he pushes you out the door. And he's like, would you get out and have fun? He's like, you're not supposed to be alone for the rest of your life. You're supposed to go out. You're supposed to have fun. He's like, how am I going to help you meet somebody if you don't go out? He shows me my symbol for love. He shows me this spinning you around, which is my symbol for somebody who has been thinking about or starting to take care of themselves better, or it's a fitness or diet kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then he takes me to the head, and I feel like this is something that you've wanted to do for a while that maybe you haven't totally got started yet.
Yep.
I can't even remember what movie this is from. Was your dad a funny man? Do you know that? Did he have like a really good sense of humor?
He was a clown, yes.
There we go. Because you know what I heard is it was an Adam Sandler movie, and there's this crowd of people that are like cheering him on, and in the back row you hear this little guy go, "You can do it!" Do you remember that movie?
Yep.
That's the scene he keeps showing me. Hold on. He wants you to know that he's your biggest cheerleader and that this is going to help you transform your life. It might just feel like a little bit of exercise in the beginning or a little bit of like diet change or however it is that you're going to make those changes. But each one of those small changes leads you to feel more like who you really are. It leads you to feel more comfortable in your own skin, which allows you to go out and experience happiness more. And it's the small steps that lead to the bigger changes in your life. He's like wanting to let you know that there is some amazing things coming. Just start with the baby steps. Start with those little things that you want to do. Don't put it all on yourself in one big change, but like the little things, you know? I ate carrots today. Woohoo! I'm good. You know what I mean? Like small steps because they lead somewhere huge. He's like, there is some good things that are coming by the summertime, and by next summer, he's specifically taking me to work. Hold on. He shows me my symbol for privacy, but not in the sense that I feel like it's something he doesn't want everybody listening to know. More in the sense of that it's things that you kind of got to figure out on your own that he can't tell you. But if you make these small changes and you hold yourself accountable for these small changes in your life and keep talking to him, keep talking to your spirits on the other side, keep praying because they hear you. And miraculous changes start happening. And there is somebody that is coming into your life. But they can't come into your life the way you are now because, how do I put this without being rude?
Go ahead and be rude. Say it blunt.
You're kind of depressing.
I'm very depressed.
But that's because you're thinking depressing thoughts. And therefore you feel depressed. You're beating yourself up. Do you know what I mean? And therefore, like if you want to, let's just take the health thing, for example, that your dad's talking about. It's like you want to get healthy again, but you don't do anything during the day to do that. Instead, you just tell yourself how horrible you are because you didn't get healthy or you didn't do anything that day, and you use that as fuel to carry you into the future, and it's depressing. It hurts. It feels bad. And then you don't want to go out and socialize with people because you don't feel good and you're depressing to be around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking about that these small changes, just like a 10-minute run every day, or, a diet change just a little bit. Whatever this is, just that little bit and stick to it. Just doesn't have to be some big thing that you can't keep up. Just something that you can control and learn to be accountable for your thoughts. Because when you do that and you start coming alive again, you won't feel depressed and you won't be depressed anymore. And people will want to be around you. He just showed me your smile and he said that he misses your smile. He's like talking about how you have the most amazing smile, but you've got to get that smile back. He's like, that's my little girl you're talking about. I hear your thoughts and I know what you're saying to yourself, and it's breaking my heart. He's like, So please be accountable. Talk to yourself the way you would want your children to talk to you, or talk to themselves, because your dad can hear everything that you're saying.
Okay.
And you're going to feel so much better.
Okay.
I hope that was helpful.
It was. You answered a lot of things that I just needed to hear.
Oh, that's awesome. You have an amazing day.
Thank you very kindly.
You're very welcome.
Too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Were you calling for the free readings?
I am.
Okay, awesome. One thing, hon, do you have me on speakerphone?
I guess I do.
Okay, because it's very echoey on this end.
Okay.
Do you mind just taking me off? There we go.
You're off.
Awesome. Okay, So just give me 1 second here to like shift from that lady's emotions.
Okay.
Her loved ones were pretty powerful. So give me just a second to refocus here, hun. What is your first name again?
I'm so excited.
Yay!
Amanda.
Amanda. Okay, give me 1 minute here. Okay, slow down. You have a team that comes in.
Yeah. A team?
Yeah, there's like a bunch that come forward, so I just gotta weed out who's gonna talk. Hold on. So this is an interesting feeling. So as they come forward, it's almost like, okay, so we've got some jokesters over there, some very good-natured, humored people over there.
Yes.
They're coming through kind of like, boom, there you go. How you like that? You got through exactly when you needed to get through. But it's almost like if you said, okay, you know what? If you don't get me through today, then I'm going to stop talking to you, or something like this. Like you said something to them before you called in because they're like, boom, how you like them apples? Like, do you know what I mean? Okay, hold on. Slow down. All I can hear is happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Somebody's got a birthday that just passed or is coming up. Hold on.
My son.
Okay, so the first person to step forward is a little lady. She lets me know she's little. So she's not a very tall lady. Hold on. She's showing me the wiggle and a little bit of a dance, and she's definitely able to move around freely on the other side.
My grandma, yeah.
Hold on a sec. Slow down, Grandma, and everybody else back up. Okay, so she's talking, okay, that's what I'm seeing. So she started talking about family getting together, family being close. I feel like there was just some visit. I know it's just after Christmas, so this sounds cliche, but she's talking about some family getting together recently and that she's extremely happy about this and that she was participating in this visit. Okay, so hold on. Slow down, slow down. What does that mean? Okay, so now she gets a little more complicated here. When they have complicated things to say, what they will do for me sometimes is put it like if you're playing the game of charades where you go first word, second word, third word kind of thing. So the first thing she does is take me to this feeling of like excitement that there's this family get together or there's people getting back together again. Then, second word she shows me, hold on. Then she's showing me the phone. So I don't know, that means that we communicate a lot by phone. Hold on. Do you have a sister?
I do.
I think this is what she's talking about. Something about you and your sister growing much closer or having a visit recent or whatever that is and talking on the phone a lot. And she's very proud of you for that. I don't know what this means, but does that make sense to you?
My sister's passed.
Okay. Okay, so let me re-look at these symbols. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I see. Okay. Interesting. So it's not a surprise that Grandma's comes first before she brings your sister through. This is her way of bringing her through. And that doesn't surprise me because she was there before your sister, correct?
Right.
So the dead often do this. The generation that was there before steps forward first so that you know that they were there to greet their soul when they got to the other side. That would be why I'm feeling that there's this reunification feeling around it, a family reuniting. So that would be grandma and your sister reuniting on the other side. That would be where I'm so thankful that there's been that reuniting. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hold on. The reason why I keep seeing the phone, hold on. The phone is my symbol for communication. And I feel like you communicate a lot. So even if you're not physically speaking on the phone, that would tell me that you're constantly talking to her in your head, or you're constantly thinking about her. Do you know what I mean? That conversation that you're having over and over in your head, she hears you. Which is why, for me, it feels no different than a phone call, because it's heard. It's not like you're speaking to no one. Do you know what I mean? She's trying to validate that she's hearing every single word that you said. Hold on a second. She shows me my symbol for accident or tragedy. Slow it down. No, that doesn't make sense. Slow that down. I see. Okay, so it's not accident, it's tragedy. Because then she's showing me the hospital bed, and that usually means that somebody was sick beforehand. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
But the death itself was such a tragedy, is what she's saying. Hold on a second. Oh, she's like, did the body scan for me. When I see them scan the whole body, that usually means that there was more than one thing that was wrong before they passed away. And the way she makes me feel is almost like she was sick with one thing but passed from something else completely. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. She's kind of cute. She's like, thanks for the ink. Somebody got a tattoo for her.
Well, I haven't got it yet, but I was thinking about it, yes.
She said she likes the one with the flower. So
Okay.
there's like 2 or 3 different designs that you're trying to like decide on,
Yes.
and one has a flower of some sort.
Yeah.
Because that's the one she likes. She's like, it's my favorite color. She's like thanking you for that. And I feel like she's thanking you for forgiving her. I don't know what that means. Hold on. Thank you for forgiving me for leaving. She's talking about that it's almost like, I feel like she knew that she was going to die before she died.
Yeah.
And that everybody kept saying to her, no, you're going to be fine. And she's making me feel like she was trying to reassure people that she was going to die. And nobody wanted to hear it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
She's talking about the fact that when she died, that people were angry with her, like she just gave up or she just let it happen. And she's like, by absolutely no means did she give up. But she could just feel that it was her time. She knew. And she's thanking you for forgiving her for leaving you. She keeps showing me her hair down to her butt, and I don't know why she keeps showing me that. I don't feel like she had extremely long hair in life, but she's extremely proud of how long her hair is there, and she's like very focused
My
on
hair is really long now.
your hair is?
My hair is,
There.
yeah.
Okay, because that's what she keeps showing me, how long it is and how beautiful it is, and so she's trying to validate that she knows about she knows and sees who you are right now here in the physical world, even though she's on the other side. She feels very relieved to have been reunited with Grandma on the other side. Like that there is a familiar face there to greet her. I don't know what she's showing me here. Hold on. It's almost like we did something unique with her clothes after she passed away. She's showing me clothing, and then I just feel like it's altered somehow. And some of it may have been gotten rid of, but some of it is kept, but in a unique way. Does that make sense?
That's my auntie.
That's your auntie?
That's my auntie.
Okay. Hold on. That would mean that we have somebody else coming through then.
Yeah.
Because what I'm seeing is like, I don't know if this is a quilt or I don't know what. I just know that these clothes have been altered, and I'm seeing a thank you for this.
That was her regalia. She was a native dancer. And her husband and her son put it in a casing.
I see. So still. That's why she's like big time dancing on the other side.
Yeah, and with her hair, she cut it off when her mom passed away. And she's probably got really long hair now because I used to braid her hair for powwows and stuff. So
there we go. So she's making, yeah.
braiding her hair. For me, they do her hair for her.
She's making her presence known so that you know that they're all together on the other side.
Yeah.
But, hold on. They let you know that they're watching over the family, and they show me like 3 pockets of family. So I don't know what that means, like if there's like 3 different places that the family live, or I'm not exactly sure how that relates, but there's like 3 pockets of family, if that makes sense.
3 of my family members are really sick right now.
I see. So that's why she's showing that they're very much watching over them. And then they're like talking amongst each other like, you look at this, look what a great family we have. Look at how they pull together. Even though I feel like we bicker about it the entire time, she's showing me like my kids doing dishes and they're like getting the job done, but they're bickering the entire freaking time. And that's what I keep seeing in my head, right? It's like, I'm so proud. Like, look at my family. They get that job done. They might bitch at each other and, fool around and whatnot, but they get it done and they're there for each other. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
Oh, they're pulling their energy back. I hope that was helpful for you.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
You have yourself a good day.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys.
Hello? You have yourself a good day.
Hello? Well, I guess they didn't want to talk to me. That's okay. I have time for one more call, you guys. I'm losing my voice and I have an ear infection, so it's starting to kill me here. But here we go. Hello?
Hello?
Hi?
Hi.
Were you calling for a reading?
I'm calling for the free reading, yep.
Yay. Okay, so what is your first name?
It's Cheryl.
Cheryl. Okay, give me just a minute here, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's a couple of gentlemen that step forward right away.
Okay.
Slow down. One takes me above you, and then I keep hearing brother, brother, brother. So I don't know if you have a brother and somebody above you that's on the other side, or if this would be like dad and his brother. I'll help figure that out, but I do keep hearing the word brother at the same time. So hold on a second. So one definitely shows me my symbol for, like, snaps his fingers, which means his passing was sudden or unexpected. I see, like, accident, like not just tragedy, but accident. This is absolutely somebody that died in, like, some type of, like, tragic accident. I don't know if this is like a motor vehicle accident or a plane or
Motor vehicle.
Okay, hold on. He feels like the younger of the two spirits that's here.
Okay.
Hold on. Slow down. He takes me back. Okay, so I'm going to slow this down. I try to speed things up sometimes and ask my own questions, and Spirit just takes me right back and makes me, like, go where they want me to go. So he goes to the accident. Hold on. And then he's taking some responsibility.
Okay.
And there's an importance about this. There absolutely feels like there's a big importance that he puts that responsibility onto himself. And by the way he's doing this, he's also letting me know that it was nobody else's fault. Nobody could have prevented him from being at that spot at that time. Nobody could have prevented this if they wanted to. Somebody has been eating themselves up with guilt over his passing. Who is this to you?
A very close friend, like a brother.
Okay, like a brother. There we go. Brother. Hold on. I keep seeing my symbol for substance abuse.
Yes.
And nodding off. Like, I don't know if we nodded off at the wheel because we have been drinking or what the heck this is, but there's something about substance abuse and taking full responsibility for his actions.
Okay. That answers the question.
That would be why he's making me feel that this is so important that we go back to the accident. And that's why it's so important that you know that there's absolutely nothing that you could have said or done that would have changed that.
Okay.
Is it you that's been beating yourself up, saying, you know, if only I had called, or if only I had stopped him, or...
Yeah, a few of us, I think.
And then he laughs. It's almost like he finds that funny. He's like, yeah, you could have stopped me. He's like, good luck with that one.
That's him exactly.
Slow it down. Now he's showing me motorbikes. Maybe this is somebody else that's coming through, but I'm just seeing motorbikes. I'm not sure how this relates yet. Hold on. Could be dirt bikes, but I'm hearing the vroom vroom of the engine, and I feel like I'm like zipping. Did somebody in your life just get a bike?
I don't think so.
Why am I hearing the bikes? Hold on. He's watching over somebody that just got a bike. I don't know how that relates, but if you still talk to the people in his family and his friends and whatnot, talk to them about who got the bike, because he's wanting to acknowledge the bike. He's acknowledging how freaking cool it is. If I'm going to phrase it exactly how he puts it, it's not freaking, it's the other F word, but and that his soul is just very much washing over that person when they have the bike. It feels like it's a younger person. Did he have sons that he left here?
Yes, son, yes.
And is the son like adult age, old enough to have a vehicle?
Yes.
Ah. Okay. You know, I gotta say, he feels very happy and relieved on the other side. Kind of like I've lived my whole life with a sliver under my skin that I just was never able to deal with, and now that I'm on that side, I don't have that problem anymore. And then he shows me that the sliver was in his thinking. It's almost like he just refused to, I don't know how to explain that. Hold on. It's almost like he just refused to be accountable for certain behaviors.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then he jokes about, I hear you when you guys are all sitting around talking about me, hey? I was right there when you're all laughing about me. And then he's like, very quietly says, I miss those times. Almost like he was the butt of jokes for a while. Feels more like when he was living. In a good way, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And the feeling is like, don't be afraid to still laugh with me and joke with me. I can still hear everything that you're saying. Okay. Interesting. Did you get married after he passed away?
No. I was married while I knew him.
Okay, hold on. I'm not sure how to relate this then. Give me a second. He's talking about attending a wedding in spirit.
Oh, my son got married.
Ah, there we go. He wants you to know that he attended that wedding in spirit. And then he makes it very clear, like, I would not have missed that for anything. Almost like he was like a father figure to him in his life in some way. He's like a bad influence father figure, maybe. He's like, do we have to say father figure? Can't we say like uncle, big brother, best friend, kind of like the bad influence guy?
Yeah, he'd be the bad influence guy.
Okay, so the other gentleman that I said was here as well. He's kind of like, all right, you've had enough. My turn. He's kind of pushing his energy back. Okay, so he snaps his fingers, so his passing was sudden or unexpected. He takes me to the chest. He takes that big breath, so that can sometimes mean there was a breathing issue or it could be a heart attack. But he definitely says this happened very quick and sudden. And I feel like he was just like plucked from my life. Like 1 minute he's here, the next minute he's not.
Okay.
Slow that down. And I feel like the timing of his passing was very inconvenient, if that makes sense. Like it was either right after or right before a significant event in your life, either a birthday or an anniversary, a Christmas, whatever this is. But he's talking about that it was too close because I feel like it's tainted that holiday or that time of year for you. Do you know who this is to you?
No.
Okay, so who's the older male that passed from the heart or the breathing that passed very quickly and unexpectedly?
I'm not sure because I'm not sure.
Hold on. I'm going to ask him to validate further.
Okay.
Interesting. When I ask him to do that, it's almost like with hesitation, he reaches for the rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for when spirit sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world. I'm almost wanting to say that this would be a grandfather figure on possibly dad's side. It could be mom's side if mom's dad didn't so much get along with your dad, because it feels like there's some apologies being passed down there. Does that make sense?
It might be my dad's.
Your dad's dad.
Yes.
Because as soon as I get him, and I said, okay, she doesn't understand how that relates to you, like, who are you? You know what I mean? That's not helping. He's like, okay, fine. He's like, he puts on the rose-colored glasses, and he's like taking that responsibility and letting you know he sees things differently on that side. And I feel like he's apologizing to dad.
Okay.
Then he shows me having to like put apologies out to a few different people. He shows me putting the white blanket over grandma, so like his wife, and then he takes it off again and I see him holding her hand. So oftentimes when I see them do that, either that can mean that they were ill and they're feeling better now, but more often it means that they're on the other side as well.
Yes, she's there. That's with him.
So that's his way of letting you know that he was watching over her. So he was on the other side before her?
No, she passed before him.
Interesting. Hold on. I see. This is her way of coming through then, because she's showing me the blanket being taken off and then them holding hands. Which is how spirit lets me know that they're together on the other side after somebody was ill. She's really making it hard for me to breathe here. There was a breathing issue with Grandma before she passed?
I believe there was, yes.
As you say that, as soon as you confirm that, my breathing like steadies itself, and she's like, see, I can breathe fine over here.
Good.
They just put the white blanket over your parents. So both of your parents are still here in the physical world?
Yes, they are.
Because they just put the blanket over top of your parents, and they want you to know that they're watching over them as well. They're showing me my symbol for distance. So do you not live close to them?
I live close, but we're not close.
I see. Okay. That's why she's making me feel like, you know what? It's okay. We will watch over them. You take care of you, because we're watching over you as well. They have no judgment about that situation. And the feeling is that, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. And they take some responsibility for the way that you were raised because of the way that they raised your dad. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And that's why your grandfather started apologizing immediately to your dad. And then they show me the symbol for breaking the chains, and that they know how hard that you have struggled to break those chains in the family with your own life. And that just because you still see some similarities doesn't mean that the changes that you have made count for nothing. They're talking about, giving yourself more credit and knowing that it means so much to them, all the work that you're doing in your life now to be a better person, because they didn't know that here in the physical world. They didn't know until they got to the other side, and then it's too late. They can't change it. And they're forced to watch generations of people struggle from the same things. So to see you changing that so future generations don't have to suffer from their mistakes fills them with so much love and pride and joy. Please know how proud they are of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They're pulling their energy back. I hope that was helpful for you.
Very much.
All right. You have an amazing day.
Thank you, Tracy.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. Aw, those were some awesome readings today. I'm sorry I can't take any more. I gotta go get some Polysporin eardrops. My ear is just like killing me here. And I have another appointment here coming up at 2 o'clock. So I need to get ready for that. But thank you guys so much for sharing this with me today. And thank you for being here. I will be absolutely back next Tuesday. And I will be announcing a group reading coming up in Calgary. So if there is anybody in the Calgary area that would be interested in getting together for a group reading, I will host it at my house. I'll only be able to host about 10 to 12 people, but it's a lot cheaper than a private reading. It's only $60 a person. But yeah, I'll be posting all the details about that coming up here very soon, and definitely talking about it next Tuesday. So thank you guys for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. Thanks. Bye.